lived in Bloomington my whole life, pretty much. My uncle owned a Chinese restaurant in town. He actually used to be the general manager of Mark Pies.
Oh,
do you remember Mark Pies?
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of grew up around restaurants, and I've worked in restaurants really forever.
Better get ready, because here comes another great episode of the No Dishes Podcast. Season 6 is brought to you by Visit Bloomington. Check them out at visitbloomington.com. Play that theme song.
Hey, say, honey, let's go out to eat. Relieve our culinary duties. With all these restaurants to sweep us off our feet, they're bound to turn us into foodies. No dishes, no dishes, no dishes. We'll have a bottle of wine, relax and have a good time. No dishes, no dishes.
Today, we are in the presence of royalty. The foodie queen herself, the creator of the Bloomington Foodies group on Facebook, which then spawned, by pure accident, this podcast from my food reviews during the pandemic. She did Restaurant Bingo, which made me start writing food reviews, which led to this. She has a wealth of knowledge of the restaurant industry and now has the hot new Instagram, Sadie Eats Food. It's Sadie Clarke.
So basically, I made you.
Yeah. You know what? I've given you so many flowers and have recognized.
It's true.
I don't know if you made me, but you helped provide the platform to let me spread my wings and fly.
It's true. I'm joking.
So Sadie, you have been on before. I think you're our third or fourth return guest.
Okay.
When you were on before, it was back when we were audio only, recording in my apartment underneath the Uptown Cafe. And now you get to come see us in our beautiful new space.
It's amazing.
I know. It's just fun. I always love having the guests that, like you, Jeff Meese, Mark Hyduke, that did those old ones. And now it's just like, oh yeah, like we're doing it. We're doing it right. We're doing it big. But things have changed a lot since we last talked. And now you're kind of, at the time, I think you were as a U.S. Foods rep.
Oh, yeah.
When we were doing that, yeah. But you used to be the general manager at Sweetgrass before it was Southern Stone. We both have that Sweetgrass connection, even though we never worked together. A lot of other experience in local restaurants. But now, kind of fill us in on what it is that you're doing.
Yeah, so I just kind of quit my job on a whim and took some time to hang out. And then I started doing social media and consulting for businesses pretty much full time now. So
nice.
And I eat. Obviously.
Your videos, I feel like, are known of just very close shots of you eating the food.
Yeah.
What made you decide to go that editorial direction?
I don't know. A long time ago when I first started, like anytime I ate something on Instagram, I would like take a picture of me eating food. But I don't know why the videos just, I don't know. I just did it.
Yeah, and you're just like, I like this, and people are going to like this.
I don't even think I thought people were going to like it. I was like, people are probably going to think this is really weird.
Yeah, but it stands out.
But they like it. They're like, it's different to watch someone eat and like hear them talk about it, but yeah.
Yeah, well, normally I feel like people are like, oh, don't watch me eat. Like, that's the
Right.
part. They'll do everything. They'll do the hand opening the door. They'll do the
Right,
menu.
yeah.
They'll do the wide shots, the panning, and, the voiceover. But it's like, it'll be after they took a bite or like they're about to, but they're like, oh God, don't watch me eat. And you're just like,
no, I'm
screw
not
that.
shy. Yeah.
I'm going to, yeah.
Everyone knows me in meetings or like even first dates. Like I will just eat a ton. So
Like, I'm going to be myself unapologetically.
yeah, 100%.
Oh, wow. Garrett's got the Insta pulled up.
Oh, okay.
I love some of the still video clips.
Oh, some of them are way worse. I'm like, should I? No, but it's so bad.
This is her
shouldn't.
personal
one.
one.
Oh, yeah.
So tell me right now, I know you're doing the social media for Baked. Who else are you working with?
So I thought I would work with a lot of restaurants, honestly, but it just, restaurants don't have as much of a budget, I think, for something like that.
Right.
So I do United Country. They are a real estate and auction company, Jimmy Dean Coffee. I don't know if a lot of people probably know who he is. He's quite the personality. And then I
love the sausage. Jimmy Dean?
That's his name, Jimmy Dean. But yeah, not the sausage.
Oh.
He's an auctioneer, though. I do Casmati Spa. I do. I'm trying to think of everything I do.
Wow, so you've got quite a.
I do.
You've built your
like 6 or 7.
Your independent consulting into quite the business.
Yeah, it's mostly social media, some websites. Yeah.
And are you allowed to talk about any new clients you might be taking on here?
So I just took on Buffalo's.
What up?
And Gable's Bagels.
I feel like it would be a package deal.
Yeah. So I have a giveaway going right now actually for a Gable's Bagels gift card. If
nice.
you want to enter it.
Well, when's that? This whole episode won't come out for a couple weeks.
Oh, so it's over.
It'll be over.
Congrats
to the winner. How much are you paying for your restaurant's business insurance? What's affordable for your needs? What does your agent do for you that isn't just policy writing? Tony Brown with First Insurance Group has a keen eye for the policies all restaurant owners and operators would love to have. Tony provides risk management and other HR resources free of charge as your agent. Tony has no waiting period for loss of business coverage starting from day 1, minute 1, unlike other carriers' 72-hour waiting period. Tony has no audit for liquor liability and general liability, saving you time so you can focus on running your restaurant. And Tony's insurance carrier is the preferred vendor of choice for the Indiana Restaurant and Lodging Association. Call or text Tony Brown with First Insurance Group today, 812-327-2321. Set up a free review of your current policy and see how Tony can help you protect your largest investment, your business. 812-327-2321. So you're over 1,100 followers on Instagram, which is pretty solid. You're growing. I feel like I haven't paid attention to it from a follower standpoint, but I feel like you've had fairly significant growth more recently.
Yeah, I really just started doing the food videos not that long ago. It used to be mostly pictures and I really wouldn't post very much. Now I'm like, I eat all the time. I might as well use it and do it. So I've probably gained like 600 plus followers in a couple months.
Nice.
So.
That's great. Yeah, you've been very prolific with it because the thing most people realized, when the pandemic hit, when you started doing the restaurant bingo, was Jordan and Sadie eat out all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. And because with the bingo, I was posting every time and they're like, holy shit, like this guy's eating out 3 times a day. I'm like, yeah, I have for a very long time. This is not just me on some selfless mission to support restaurants during the pandemic.
That's what I said.
Which was a nice bonus, but I've been doing that for a long time. And you now, you're posting like every time and it's a lot.
I mean, yeah, and I have so many videos I haven't posted yet that are drafted that I'm honestly behind like a lot because I do eat out a lot. Sometimes I do eat out 2 times a day, 3 times a day.
It's easy.
It's easy. It's great. And yes, during the pandemic, it was very easy to frame that in my mind as I'm supporting the local economy.
You can justify it,
And I was, and I did.
And I'm continuing.
And I'm still
doing it. They need our
it.
help now more than ever.
Yes, forever.
So since we've had you on before, I do want to talk a little bit about your backstory for those that maybe didn't listen to the audio episode from 3-4 years ago.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's been a long time. But then I want to, because typically in these, we're really just taking time to get to know the guests. You've been on before. So we'll go through that a little bit, but then I kind of want to shoot the shit and talk restaurants and talk food and just get excited and get really hungry. And then we'll end and then I'll be like, okay, where am I going to eat?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit. You're from Bloomington, right?
Yeah, I was born in Hawaii, but I've lived in Bloomington my whole life pretty much. My uncle owned a Chinese restaurant in town. He actually used to be the general manager of Mark Pies.
Oh.
Do you remember Mark Pies?
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of grew up around restaurants and I've worked in restaurants really forever. My first general manager job was Scenic View. I think I was like 22. I was really young. And yeah, I stayed in restaurants besides going to US Foods for just a little bit. And that was fun, and I still was really close to restaurants and honestly met a bunch of like amazing industry people through there too. And then I worked for Endeavor for a period of time.
As the director of operations.
Yes.
Well, real quick, that was very speed run and I appreciate that. But how did you work yourself into a general manager role at 22?
I think honestly, my first restaurant job was Applebee's when I was just out of high school.
Nice. Just because you wanted a discount on riblets?
I think my grandma was like, you have to have a job. And I was like, oh, okay. But
I don't want to work, Grandma.
I got fired from there.
What'd you do?
I probably just didn't come to work or something.
Just had a terrible work ethic.
Yeah,
you were
terrible.
Young.
I was young, yes. But the manager, Tanya, I love you to this day. She's still like when I would go back, she would like buy my food. She was
Aw.
so sweet. She was like, I hate to fire you. So, you know, I was still building relationships.
Okay, that's good.
Even if I was a terrible employee. And then I worked at Buffalo Wild Wings. I got fired from there as well.
Do you know why? Or like
Yeah, that was, I think it was the same thing. I just,
didn't show up?
yeah.
Like I didn't want to.
You know, I
didn't
was
feel
a
like
restaurant industry work. You know, I was drinking and I was just
having
young
a good time,
and,
oversleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's essentially what happened. The first time I got fired at ever was at Yogi's.
Yeah.
Overslept 2 days in a row because I was 21
Yep.
and was going out drinking the
Yep.
night before. Just slept through alarms and I'm just like shit.
It's a beast.
Sweetgrass
So-
was kind of similar, and then yeah, it's like that's just it happens.
It does happen. I think Scenic View was my first really local job, and I really just fell in love with the people, and I think that really motivated me to try harder. And I think I was always a good employee when I was there.
When you were engaged,
Yeah.
yeah.
But Scenic View just really felt like home, so I really put a lot into it, and I moved up pretty quickly. Yeah.
Nice. And then, so what made you decide from the U.S. Foods rep position to go take this job with Endeavor? What was that kind of thought process like?
So US Foods, being a sales rep is honestly really hard work. People joke and they say that, you know, it's easy or you're just a sales rep or like there's a reason they make a lot of money and
Yeah.
it's because they work so hard and it's nonstop, way more nonstop than you would imagine it to be. And my book was like 6 million. So I was really busy and it was a lot. And then the pandemic hit and it was constant Zoom calls and it was very odd. And I have children and it just wasn't working. So I went back to restaurants.
Yeah. So did Mike Ross, who owns Endeavor, did he
Mm-hmm.
like approach you and be like, hey, I've got this position I think you'd be great for?
It was actually Jim Blickensdorf.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah.
So I met them to sell food essentially. And Jim and I like just started chatting a little bit more. And then he's the one who asked me to come back and work because he knew they were buying more properties and they really wouldn't be able to keep up with just him.
Now, when you started with Endeavor, kind of how many restaurants did they have and what kind of growth did you see while you were there?
I think maybe 3, or they just bought the 3rd right when I started. And then they quickly bought the Owlery after that.
Okay. And just started ramping up.
And then it just was like, yes,
Yeah.
very fast. Because I think when I left, it was 12.
Yeah, because you started that Foodies group before you ever worked for them.
Yeah.
And that, yeah, I think it was the fall of like 2019, maybe.
Yeah.
Which, you know, great timing. And then obviously pandemic hit and it blew up. But you would always catch grief from people that didn't know that, like, oh, Endeavor
Yes.
runs this group. And it's like, no, like,
I really started the group really for like you and me.
yeah, people that just eating out all the time to share
industry people or people who eat out a lot, like to connect and to find new places and new things. And like, I love finding the cool hidden gems on menus. And that was really the thought behind it, was like to connect industry workers. And then the pandemic hit and it became something so big, which is amazing. A lot of people like really supported restaurants more than they ever did because of that, I think. But yeah, it was not intended to be what it is today.
Yeah, one of the controversial rules of the group, which I understand, is that you can't post something negative unless you gave the restaurant a chance to rectify the situation.
Yes.
Like unless you spoke to them. And that seems to not sit well with a lot of people. I understand the reasoning behind it. What is you're the creator.
Yeah.
What's your thought process behind that?
I mean, really, it's because a few reasons. Number one, there's so many places to review, like Yelp, Google, Facebook, TripAdvisor. I'm sure there's even newer things now, like your own personal social media. There's so many ways to review a place. Like, this is not what I wanted it to be. Again, I wanted it to be like a connection about food, not, you know, I just didn't want it to be that.
Roasting because of a poor experience.
Right.
A place had an off night.
And I think that, people have off nights. I've worked in the restaurant industry forever. I think people have off nights. I think that sometimes you're understaffed. Sometimes you're overbooked. And I think that just because even if it is not a good employee, it doesn't mean that the owners don't. I just think there's so many dynamics into it. And I think that if you don't like something, sometimes somebody else does. So it's really hard to, which I don't discourage people from saying, I didn't like this dish or whatever.
Right.
It's the fact of, if you didn't give the restaurant a chance to make it right or include their response. That's really all I ask. Say you had a bad experience and the owners responded or whatever, like you can leave it like that.
Well, and you've left a lot of stuff up where like people like, I don't think it's really like censored like people think it is. There's a ton of stuff that gets left up and there is open dialogue about what happened, what might've caused it, owners responding.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, I just want to give you the opportunity because that's, I get it. I understand it.
I mean, and the owners in the group, I think they can respond if they want to as well, but not every owner is in there. Like I think people expect this to be a hub where they can connect with the restaurant a little more deeply, but that's just not, it's just, you know, it's not always what it is.
Yeah. So when you finally, how long did you end up working for Endeavor?
Almost 3 years or maybe 3 years total.
Why'd you end up leaving?
Oh, interesting. It's hotter in here. I think it wasn't the right fit for me long term. I think I knew it wasn't the right fit for a while. But obviously I have kids and I can't just up and leave a job, even though that's what I ended up doing. But there were a lot of issues towards the end. I'm sure you've seen the Reddit pages. A lot of people have. I mean, there were truth to some things. And it was just some things I didn't feel comfortable being a part of and being held accountable for when I felt like I really couldn't fix some of the things.
Yeah. Well, and you're the director of operations. So a lot of that, and you're very visible, you're very, because of the Facebook group and just who you are and what you do, you're visible. So you were kind of the face of Endeavor. So when things happen that you don't have control over, but then you're taking the backlash for it, like that's tough.
Yeah. It was rough for sure. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you for
you're welcome. I always say, I try not to say anything bad. There are a lot of great people that work, a lot of local people that work for that company. And I never want to discourage people from supporting them and helping them pay their bills.
Right. It's always been tough, especially like when you were my friend that worked there. I had tons of other friends that worked there in different capacities. Yeah. And it's like, they're doing this, which I don't agree with. I know. But I've got friends working for them and I'd like to support them and what they're doing. They're just trying to pay their bills. And
they employed a lot of great people.
Absolutely.
A lot of great people. So yes, I think it's really hard to just say yes, I think there are a few bigger restaurant owners in town that, they're able to pay a little bit more and I think it makes sense why people work for them.
Mm-hmm. Certainly. You, I mentioned that you were the general manager at Sweetgrass for a bit.
Yeah.
I was front of house manager in my stint there.
Yeah.
Or the second half of my stint, after just being a server and bartender. You were not under the original owners like I was, though. Were you there when Joyce owned it, or was that after?
That was after. It was Mike Ross. Right away. He bought it. He hired some consultants.
So the original owners sold it to Joy, who then sold it to Mike Ross.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. It was, I really loved it there. It was honestly a good experience. It was a mess when I first started for sure. But really, I had amazing staff that worked for me there. That's why I love the restaurant industry. You really feel connected to people forever, I think.
Yeah. I don't know why I remember this. I think our first time meeting was at a Taste of Bloomington. And you came over to the Chocolate Mousse booth or something. And I remember I had your card because I was going to get a hold of you for like getting our ice cream on or something there. And obviously at that time, Sweetgrass was still like very close to me. I wasn't that many years removed from it. So I'm just like, oh, who's running it? Like, I bet it's not as good as when I was there. Or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just all petty stuff. But yeah, I was helping someone the other day. They wanted that cornbread. I was like, I know what it is. I was like, I'll tell you how to order it.
It's still the same cornbread.
Yeah.
And the new owners of Southern Stone are really nice.
Yeah, Brandon's been great. I've had several different interactions with them. They did some of our ice cream for some different stuff. And one of the things that are very similar to when I worked there were the catfish tacos, the grilled catfish tacos. And they still scratched that itch. They still had and there's just not too... It was just a flavor profile that I couldn't find anywhere else in town.
That's because they grill them.
I know.
That's why,
I know, but it's like
it has that flavor. Yeah, that is. No, I totally agree.
And it just like, again, that's why I said it scratched that itch.
Yeah,
there was nothing else that really did it quite like those. So I was so happy they kept those going.
Yeah,
I do miss the apple bacon butter that we did under the original owners.
Yeah.
That got scrapped many years ago, but that so good.
It was good, yeah. So Noah, he was like the chef there when I took over. Who's
now heading up Feta. Shout out Noah.
Yeah, for sure. He just got engaged.
I know.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats to Noah.
You need a button.
I know. We've talked about it actually.
Yeah, you need one.
When I DJ Root Cellar, our buddy Duggar, who I DJ with, I'll be playing like a song and he has that button on his board. I don't have it,
great.
But it's so great when he throws it in. It just makes me laugh every time.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Better business, better community. For over a century, the Greater Bloomington Chamber of Commerce has been a cornerstone of business growth and community development. They are dedicated to helping local businesses thrive. Their business is all about your business. Join the Chamber today. Call 812-336-6381 or visit chamberbloomington.org to learn more. How long did you end up, were you in that role at Sweetgrass? It was a couple of years, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't very long at all.
Really?
It was like 9 months maybe.
Oh, wow.
US Foods approached me pretty quickly, I feel. And yeah, the vice president there at the time was a woman that I loved. And it felt really like I was supposed to work there. I honestly thought I would work at US Foods. I've always said if I was going to work at a corporate place, it would be US Foods.
Why is that?
Just the culture. Like I went there once for a Serve Safe class years and years before I ever thought of working there. And they were so nice. There were so many, there was a weird situation and they like really took care of me. It was really nice.
Oh, that's nice.
So I just felt good and connected to them.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Spiker.
Yeah.
He's our rep. Used to be a well-known Best Beers rep and now he's US Foods and helps us out over there. That's funny. I like that. You just had that one experience.
I know.
It's funny how that works. Because that happens in restaurants too. You go somewhere and something weird happens and the staff will go above and beyond or go out of their way.
Yeah, and you feel so...
You just almost feel indebted to where you're just like, they could do no wrong. Because they were so sweet and so helpful in that one moment. You know?
Remember it forever.
Yeah.
That's what customer service, it's a big deal.
Yeah. What's, was it the bear? I know you just posted that bear meme.
Yeah.
Where it was like hospital and hospitality call themselves the same thing because they're both taking care of people.
It's true. I haven't finished the newest season actually.
Me neither. So I'm on, I think I just finished episode 7 or 8. So I have 2 episodes left in season 3.
I think I have a few left. But I love the episode where Cousin went to the restaurant and he had that experience and he like really understood it for what it was. And he was like really going all out now with like the piñatas and like the different stuff. I feel like that is so special. And that's always something I try to do, like not to that level.
Right.
But if someone was like, hey, I come here all the time and I'm really just craving like a shrimp taco, I'd be like, let me see if we can do that for you.
Yeah. When he had to go run and get the deep dish, bring it back and they like cut it out. Yeah. Well, and just that, because that's something one of the reasons I loved waiting tables was when you were given that opportunity to overhear something.
Yes, for sure.
And for that, because it feels almost like magic.
Yeah, I agree.
When you're like, you feel like a magician because you're like, they have no idea that you heard them while you're taking an order 2 tables over.
Yes.
And then you just show up with it and they're like, what? Like you feel like you're David Copperfield. You know?
No, it's amazing. And people remember it forever though.
Oh yeah.
Still people to this day are like, I remember you at Scenic View when you did this thing and and I like watch their kids grow up and like, you remember it.
Yeah. It's what like the one guy he was talking to that worked in that like really fine dining where he's just like, I just love taking care of people and I love like that opportunity. Cause he's like, why do you do it? Yeah. Anyway, we're going to just spend the next hour talking about The Bear.
The Bear's a good show. It really is. There hasn't been anything like it, I feel. So
yeah, no, it's amazing. I was really far behind on it and just powered through like all of it in the last like month of just the whole season 1, whole season 2. And now it's like, now that there's only 2 episodes left and I'm like, slow down. Cause then I'm just gonna be sitting and waiting for the next season after just binging 3 seasons.
I feel like they were so different too. They brought out like so many different emotions, I feel, for like each season has been different. So
one episode will like really progress the plot and the timeline and then it'll just come to a complete stop.
It'd be so slow.
And have a whole episode on backstory of Tina. And it's just but it's all really well done.
I know.
The cinematography, I don't know if anyone's gonna remember this or if it'll resound with anyone, but when Sydney is like eating by herself and it does this like this cutout, and she's in a restaurant and there's like 2 stories and there's like a big tree behind her and like 2 to the side, and it was just so beautiful. I don't know what about it. It was just Garrett's probably laughing at how terrible I am at describing shots.
He's like, sounds beautiful.
But but it was such a beautiful shot that was so cool, and I'm just like, damn, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
And they have quite a few of those, but that was the one that just
totally
like
agree.
stuck out the most to me. Garrett's gonna find it. This is gonna be hilarious.
He is. I want to see if I remember it.
No, yeah, none of those. Put like in a restaurant with trees. I told you guys this was going to be an unconventional episode. This is, I don't care.
This is how you Google.
Yeah.
Now we know.
Yeah. Oh well.
It
We
wasn't
tried.
special to anybody else, I guess. So
I
if
know, it was
anyone
special-
remembers, make sure you say something.
I'll go find it and I'll screenshot it and I'll send it to Garrett. Be like, Garrett, put this in the episode so people don't think I'm an absolute loon. All right. Well, we've got your backstory. We've talked about it before. We've talked about your experience working in restaurants. We've got time.
Yeah.
Let's shoot the shit, Sadie.
Yeah.
Let's talk
what's up?
food.
Yeah.
So one of the things I've always talked about is being a fat kid and how it's not a stature. It is a state of mind. And I've wanted to start a clothing line called Fat Kid Mentality.
Okay.
FKM.
Okay.
So don't steal that, please. I've got a lot of time on my hands that I'm going to use to bring that forward. But it's really like, I mean it though. It's like fat kid is a mentality of like, ooh, you get excited to look at someone else's plate.
Yeah.
You get excited to share with each other. Of just like, okay, I'm going to order this, you order that. And then you're like texting each other like, oh, like that is fat kid mentality.
Yeah.
And it's a lifestyle.
No, I totally agree. Yeah, I would say that it's like my partner does not eat like I do. So I like press him to get what I want him to get. And like, yeah, the first time, I think when Blooming Thai opened, my best friend Suri and I, like that is us. That is how we eat. Like we will get 2 entrees, we will get 3 desserts, we will get 3 like we want to try everything. Like it's the last time we're ever going to eat at that restaurant, even though we know for a fact we're going to eat it a million times.
Yeah.
And he picked up our order from Blooming Thai because it just opened, and he was like, what the hell? Like it was almost $200 for just us.
Oh
and he was like, what
God.
is wrong with you? I was like, listen, don't judge us.
Yeah, we're having a girls' night. This place just opened.
We're just going to try it out. You
like,
know?
babe, this is part of my job. I need to be in the know about what's going on.
Yeah.
And if that means spending $200 on a dinner on a Wednesday night with my best friend,
He was
that's
shocked.
what it means.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, obviously it didn't scare him off, so.
No, now he's just used to it. So yeah, he knows that. Yeah.
What's your favorite thing that you had from Blooming Thai? And have you tried them at Little Bowl, I'm sure?
I've only tried Little Bowl once. I saw the sign like on Forest. So are they opening?
Yeah, they're going to open in the old Anatolia building, but
Yeah,
they've
that's
had to do
awesome.
a ton of stuff to it.
It looks, I mean, yeah, it looks different. So that's exciting. I honestly only ate Blooming Thai a couple times. I would get the tea, like the milk tea a lot. Like I would go, any chance I got, I would go over there because they had other options like coconut milk and almond milk. And I appreciate that option. So I don't have to drink a bunch of dairy, which I will for a boba, but.
One of the good, like, I don't even know how to describe it, like milk teas is at Judy's.
The best is
You've always been a
Judy's.
big proponent
Yeah.
of Judy's Kitchen.
Yeah.
What is it that makes Judy's Kitchen special?
Well, I mean, it's in the mall, which is terrible. So
Not what makes it special, Sadie. Come on.
I know, but it does kind of because it's like this hidden gem.
No,
I
exactly.
think
You
no
don't
one would be like, I'm going to go to the food court and get this like awesome local Chinese food. Like, I just don't think you would think that.
Right. It does add to its quirkiness.
It does for sure. I love Judy's because, well, yes, the milk tea, the taro milk tea, to me, it's from taro root. It's not like the powder. Almost every place in town uses powder. No shade to them, but there's a very big difference in taste when they're doing like the ground taro and like blending it. And the texture's so good. I mean, to me, and it's not super sweet. It's just so good.
Yeah.
And everything I've had there, the wontons are amazing. I get the spicy wontons all the time.
How are they only at 4.2? That's trash. People don't know what they're doing.
I know. I feel like some people
Don't appreciate authentic food.
and I ask when I'm there. Like last time I was like, what should I eat? And he was like, oh, the beef noodle soup, like she just did it the other day. And that's the last video I made on Judy's. And yeah, it was outstanding. Like, and when I was there that day, there was a guy that went up to them and said, "Hey, I'm in from out of town. You were my first stop. I miss you guys so much. I think about you. Like, I literally am in from out of town and I wanted to come here first."
Wow.
And I feel like that's such a compliment.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So
when we did our chocolate mousse pop up in the mall, it was so great just being right there.
Yeah.
I love the duck and then their pork, and they've got a half and half one.
Oh, I haven't had the half and half, but I've had the duck and the pork.
Best of both worlds. You're living the dream.
Yeah, I'll have to get it next time. I love the soups though. Like their soups are always good.
You turned me on to Lucky Express's salt and pepper fish.
So good.
How'd you first stumble upon it?
I think one of my friends mentioned it because I love salt and pepper shrimp. And the shrimp at Lucky's, the salt and pepper shrimp at Lucky's is head on, which is like too much work for me right now with kids. I'm like, I just can't do that.
Yeah.
And she said the salt and pepper fish, and I got it, and I was like, yes.
Yeah. I am still so American though that I get a side of General Tso's sauce.
I know. I did that once because you told me you did that.
Yeah,
it was good.
It was great.
Yeah, it was good.
Well, they have my favorite General Tso's in town.
Yeah.
Lucky Express. Just it's got the what are those ancho chilies?
Yeah.
Like I'm sure it's a different variety of those, but like in the sauce, and it just like so many places. A lot of Chinese restaurants, you'll have General Tso's, and they all taste very similar.
Yeah.
But Lucky Express and Long Fei really just seem to have like a different, authentic sauce to them that I really enjoy.
No, I agree. I think the first time I ever had Lucky was with a friend a long time ago. A friend that's really picky, actually. And she ordered just spicy chicken fried rice. And we went there to get it, and it was a huge portion. It was like $6.50. It was so cheap. And I tried it, and I was like, wait, no, this is really good. Yeah. And then Lucky then I slowly started trying more stuff because they have like a small American menu. And then a lot of their menu, I mean, they used to be cash only. It was kind of more,
Yeah, they were cash. Are they not still cash only?
They are still cash only unless you order like delivery. They're on some delivery platforms and you can pay with a card.
I think they might have had it once where they had like a Zelle that you could send to. Yeah. Because I was like, there was one time I forgot cash going in there. I'm like,
yeah, that's good. They're always so nice in there too.
Oh, they're so pleasant. I was in there with Jeff Meese once. He introduced me to the owners, and I can't remember her name, but she was so nice.
I know, she's so nice.
Jeff does such a great job of getting to know
he does.
People where I might like think like, oh, there's a language barrier. They don't really care who I am. You know what I mean?
That's what I think. I'm like, they don't care who I am.
Exactly. Yeah. We're like, I would love to know more about their story and like what really makes the food, why it's so good, why it's so different. But in my head, I'm just like, they don't care who I am. Like they don't want to talk to me. You know what I mean? Like,
but Jeff, I think, cares about who they are. So he really like extends himself.
Oh, he's
more,
so good at it.
He's very good at it.
He's so great at it. And he's so like, just like, oh, Jordan, I have to introduce you to, and I'm like, oh, this is great. Like, we need to go out to eat more, Jeff.
I know. Have you been to one of his like solstice parties?
No. So I went out, or no, I did go to one. Yes.
Okay.
Was it for the solstice? But yeah, it was the giant bonfire. I had the band.
Okay. Yeah.
Had the band out there. I got out there kind of late, so the band was already done.
Okay.
It was really dark. All the food had already been picked through a ton. I forget what. I just couldn't get out there earlier. I had something going on. But yeah, biggest bonfire I've ever been around.
Yeah.
Bunch of people having a great time. There's a drum circle.
Yes.
What he does at Loesch Farm is so cool. We talked about the solar eclipse, them hosting people out there when he was on here. And he's just such a good dude who just lives life to the fullest,
Yeah, he really is.
And it's so interesting too that they do like open book accounting at One World.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they see all the expenses, everything, like every level of staff.
Nice.
And I'm just like, that's
I love that.
Yeah. I was like, I would love to do that at the Moose, where it's just like, I mean, it's transparency.
Full transparency, yeah.
Well, and I mean, a lot of times people don't understand how many expenses there really are. And then like,
they never
like,
do, I think, yeah.
I'm sorry. I knew I shouldn't have had you on hungry because I recorded one before you came on, and I knew all we were going to do was talk about food because that's all we do.
I know. I almost was like, should I get cookies? But then I was like, yeah, no one wants to hear us chew maybe. But
yeah. Well, I'm glad you brought that up. Tell me about Free Cookie Friday.
Yeah, Free Cookie Friday is a vibe. It's so fun. And we started doing it just generally. People could nominate anyone. And then we kind of like started doing really specific ones, like for Father's Day, father-owned businesses. We just did a restaurant industry one last week, and it's so fun. It's literally the best day of my week. It's just so fun. We go around, we bring people cookies, and they're so excited. Like we just dropped to Runtable was one of them, and they were just so excited. We left. We were like, that was so good. That was one of the best ones because they were like pumped.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, oh my god,
let's go.
Yeah, it was so. Yeah, it was the best. So passing out free cookies is the easiest part of my job.
I mean, I get it from the ice cream standpoint because I get to be like, so people are excited to see me all the time. And it's not me just because I have ice cream.
I know.
And sometimes it's already paid for. So they're like, oh, the ice cream man's here. I'm like, yeah, he is. I don't actually do that. That'd be funny though. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yes, in that penguin costume.
Although the downside to that is all the time. People see me and they don't even know me. And they'll see the chocolate mousse and be like, where's my ice cream? You didn't bring me ice cream?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'm still working on patenting freezer pants. And they're like, I don't know. But yeah, I don't always have free ice cream. And then I just let people down.
Yeah, you need to get a little bike with like the ice cream truck music and like ride it around
get
with like a little,
Well, I would definitely.
cooler.
And like the little things coming off the handles.
Yeah, the streamers.
The streamers.
Yeah.
And a little basket.
Yeah.
A little bell.
Yeah, you
like
need
the
that.
Or like the old Yule Zing. Do you remember that? The yellow bike doing cold brew with the lightning bolt. You don't remember Yule Zing at all? Anyway, Yule Zing was great. Samuel is great. He was way ahead. He was way ahead of the cold brew curve before you could even get cold brew at Starbucks.
Oh, yeah, I don't even drink caffeine.
Really?
Yeah.
How long?
For like ever.
What?
I would like randomly try it here and there, but maybe I'm just too anxious. I don't know.
I like that you're talking about caffeine like it's weed. Where you're just like,
I would do caffeine.
I know, but like, oh, I'd try it. But.
I've tried it a couple of times.
Back in college.
I want to like it really though. I think it would improve my life if I did, but I just can't. I can't even really drink iced tea. So
that's absolutely wild. How did I not know that?
I know. People are always like, you want a coffee? I'm like, no. But I do.
Do you like do you like decaf?
Yeah, no. Sometimes I will get decaf. And one time I drank a cold brew because cold brew is stronger than regular coffee. And I drank a cold brew at Starbucks like so long ago when I worked for US Foods. I like stopped there to work one day, and I understand why people drink that. And I definitely like got a lot of work done. Yeah. But then I felt terrible later, so I'm just sensitive, I think.
All right. Well, let's take a quick break and we'll come right back. The No Dishes Podcast is brought to you by VisitBloomington.com. VisitBloomington.com is the best resource for restaurant and culinary information, special events, fun activities, places to stay, and more in our area. We share a similar mission here on the No Dishes Podcast of highlighting local businesses and the people who make our community unique. We can't thank them enough for hopping on board. Check them out at visitbloomington.com to easily plan your next meal, visit, or night out on the town. Yeah, that's me.
Paul Bechtold took my photos before he started doing sports stuff.
Who did?
Paul Bechtold. He does like a lot of sports photography now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But yeah, he took those.
I mean, you're an athlete, so.
Yeah. I'm a food athlete.
Food athlete. Fathlete.
Foothlete.
Foothlete. I'm a foothlete.
Let's make that a thing.
That's good. Let's leave that in there. All right. We are back and we are rolling out our first ever new segment that we are going to call Kill, Eat, Marry. So Sadie, do I need to explain the rules of the game or do you get it?
I think I generally get it.
Probably get it. Kill, Eat, Marry. This is our food version of a popular game that's been around for a long time. Fill in the blanks. First up, we have pizza. We are going Kill, Eat, Marry with Crazy Avers, Pizza X, and Mother Bears.
I didn't know Crazy Avers was what it was called. I just
You didn't know Avers was called Crazy Avers?
No, I did not know that.
Really?
No, I'm hearing this now for the first time.
You need to give us your foodie queen crown or whatever it is.
I know. I didn't know that.
Wow.
It's always been Avers.
It's literally called the Crazy Avers deal.
All right, let me think.
So I'm going to guess you're going to kill them since you don't even know them.
No, definitely not, because I just ate it recently. I used to eat Avers all the time.
Yeah.
I loved Avers. I still do. I mean, I had it recently, and I was like, why have I not been eating this?
They were clutch when we had that big storm. Power
good.
out went out here.
Yeah.
I drove home. Power was out there, but I noticed driving to my house that one on the north side was like the lights were on and popped over there, and they were still slinging.
So yeah, eat, marry, kill.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to marry Pizza X.
Okay, so that means the number one.
I grew up with Pizza X. So to me, it's so nostalgic. There's nothing like it in my opinion.
And don't you have like
a
a signature order there?
Well, I would get it all the time with pickles.
Okay, I knew you had something
loved.
That's so weird.
It's delicious.
And disgusting.
Okay. Anyways. But yeah, now I mean, my kids like, cheese, whatever. Extra cheese at Pizza X hits. So if you don't do that, definitely do that.
Okay. Do you get a side of pickles still? And just put them on?
I should. I should do that.
Do they need baked on?
They do when I've ordered it. Yeah, they're baked on. But I'll try it next time.
Yeah, just get
I'll get a side of pickles. Yeah, I'll do that for sure. Okay, then E would be Avers, Crazy Avers, because that cream and crimson. Yeah, I can't marry it, but wow.
Wow, and then killing Mother Bears.
I'm really sorry.
Whoa.
I know Mother Bears is like iconic, and I just had Mother Bears the other day too. I love Wiz that worked there forever. If you know her, you know. But yeah, I think it's a pan style crust for me. It's just like not my top.
Yeah, interesting.
Crust style.
Our first ever question on this new segment, and we already have a huge curveball.
I know.
But I get it. I think personally I would marry Mother Bears. I think a lot of people would. They're my top.
Yeah.
Would eat Pizza X and kill Crazy, but I love Crazy Avers. Again, these are meant to be difficult. So just because someone's getting killed,
it doesn't mean I don't. I just ate Mother Bears the other day. The wings are so good. I mean, I just had it. It was.
Should we say unalived instead?
Let's say unalived.
Really?
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. Does that affect the algorithm?
Probably.
Okay, so now we're doing.
Do people curse on this?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
All right. Next up, we have burgers, thick boy edition.
Okay.
Let's go Upland, Uptown, and Bubs.
All right.
So we are going marry, eat, unalive.
For burgers specifically.
Burger specifically. This is just the burger.
All right.
Because I know you've had the New Yorker at Uptown.
Yes, for sure.
I know you've had the Upland burger. And I'm assuming you've had the Bubs.
I've had the Bubs burger for sure. Okay. I would have to marry the Upland burger. It's just so good.
It did also win.
It is. I haven't looked at
it won
this.
Best Burger.
Oh, it did. So good. Yeah. Okay. And then I would eat Uptown's burger because I just had it not that long ago too. And I liked it. I don't eat at Bubs a lot. So
yeah, I don't either.
Sorry,
I grew up
Bubs.
with Bubs and I loved Bubs growing up, but they had that whole thing where they weren't paying people overtime and
yeah, there was some things there.
Yeah, but I'll go every now and then. It's
but they
solid.
had that big ugly challenge burger, which is fun.
So I did it once. I went with no one, and
by yourself.
I went by myself.
Yeah, got it.
And I was just hungry. I was like, I'll order it, and if I happen to finish it, great. But I'm not gonna.
And you're like, I'll take another.
But I'm not. No, I didn't finish it.
Oh, you didn't?
I could have. I think if there was people there, I would have felt pushed and compelled. But I was just like, it was like a Sunday. I didn't want to feel like shit the rest of the day. So I'm like, I'm not going to just inhale all of this if I don't really need to.
Yeah, for sure. We should go back and we should try to do it.
Oh yeah, because you and I are supposed to have an eating contest.
Yeah, we'll
for
film
who can
it.
eat more.
Let's start there. We'll start with
the big ugly.
The big ugly.
Okay, that could be fun. I'd be down with that.
It's also a race, so.
All right. What about
ice cream?
Well, you don't like ice cream.
I do.
Sadie,
not really. It's not my favorite dessert.
Yeah, that's what she always says. But she cheats on chocolate mousse all the time, but it's fine. Yeah. Okay, Jiffy Treat, Brewster's, chocolate mousse, go. Or do you want? We can put Hartzell's in there.
Oh, I would marry Hartzell's for sure.
Wow.
Without a doubt.
Okay, so marrying Hartzell's.
That pistachio ice cream, it has my heart. It has forever. So when they made it for me the other day, it was a while ago now, but it was.
So when they got down on their one sugar cone knee and proposed, you would say yes.
He's also like a mastermind, He's like a little ice cream scientist.
Yeah, he's
nuts. So good. Yeah.
In the best way. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I would eat chocolate mousse for the purposes of this interaction.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm kidding.
Wow. No, take it. I'd rather take it on the chin.
No, I would.
No, it's fine.
Chocolate mousse is very special to me. It has been forever. It really is. My kids, chocolate mousse is They're number one. So yes. And the banana pudding. Yes.
It's pretty good.
It is iconic.
It is pretty good. I guess
iconic.
you're right.
Who was my other kill them, I guess?
Brewster's or Jiffy Treat.
We do Brewster's more than anything, just because we live really close to them.
I know, it's right next to your house.
Yeah,
that's why I figured
we're
you would
literally
just be
next door to them. We eat them all the time.
Yeah, and it's great. And Victoria's amazing. And so
she
it's
is. Yeah. And they did have one not that long ago that was sugar sprinkle cookie. Oh my God.
That sounds money.
It was so good.
Well, yeah, we were messaging each other during the power outage about how long this is going to hold, how quick this will melt.
Sucks. I know. I thought about the ice cream for everybody.
Yeah, it was tough. Fortunately, we didn't lose a ton.
That's good.
It could have been a lot worse. We had a freezer semi come up from Louisville on like whatever the next day, late evening. And right as it got there, the power in our warehouse came back on.
My God.
And so we're just like, guess we don't need to move all this stuff, which was nice.
For sure.
But it was also, the timing was hilarious.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then at the actual stores, everything held pretty well except for like all of our refrigerated stuff.
Yeah,
all
for
the refrigerated stuff was.
I mean, some people didn't have power till like Friday night.
I didn't. Yeah. I didn't have power in my house for 3 days.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was nuts. But fortunately, the store, Nashville never lost, which was crazy. Because normally Nashville loses. Yeah. But the Bloomington Walnut store and the warehouse both were maybe 24 hours-ish.
That's where I was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I lucked out. Yeah.
Okay, so you're marrying Hartzels. That's cool. That's fine. Well, that's it. That's the episode. I'm just kidding. Don't want to talk to her anymore.
Please leave.
Yeah, thanks for booking her, Garrett. I'm just kidding. It was me. I did it to myself. Okay, fine dining. We're going Elm, Uptown, C3.
Okay. This is hard.
I figured I love this. This is great.
This is hard. I also love Feast. I just want to say I would probably marry Feast if Feast was on that list.
Okay.
Yeah. This is so hard. Yeah, this is tough.
So you have Uptown with its consistency.
Uptown is consistent. The service is always
the top tier service.
Yes, top tier service. Just really thoughtful service. That's why I'm leaning towards marrying Uptown, probably.
And then you have C3 with the filet sliders. The best shrimp and grits I've ever had was at
Deviled
C3.
eggs. Oh, I didn't try that.
Well, it was like just a special they were running, and it was like sweet potato grits. It was so good. It was amazing. Really big, like prawns, and
it
was. I never thought like, the best shrimp and grits I've had.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
Like C3, they just nailed that dish so well. They also have a really good burger too.
Yeah, I've never had their burger. I always try to get the chef special there, I think.
Yeah, they do. My thing with them is they do fish really,
they do fish really well. I totally agree.
Really well.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I'm marrying Uptown. Just because I feel like I've been in a relationship with them for a long time. and everything is consistent. The Eggs Maryland brunch, the brunch is fantastic. The service, yes. So I'll marry them. I would probably have to eat the Elm because the menu always changes, which is something I really appreciate. As someone who eats out a lot.
Of course,
Which I'm someone who, I don't really get tired of food either, really. But to have something different.
But as foodies, we love the this
what's
is
new?
Yeah, this is different. Yeah.
So I love that. And I will say the atmosphere at the Elm is, you can't really compare it to anything in town. I mean, it definitely is. Yeah.
I mean, it's chic, contemporary.
It's nice. It's really open. Mm-hmm. It feels just good. And my service there has always been exceptional too.
Well, and extremely knowledgeable because they have a lot to remember. And like I had Ashley B waiting on us and boom, dude. Like she just knew every little thing about this, that.
I feel like they really make their servers try every single thing on the new menu. They're really committed to that, which I think is you have to do that if you're going to switch your menu so much.
Absolutely.
And I appreciate it because I go in and I'm like, what should I get? You tell me. Tell me what you like about the menu.
But if it was Feast instead of C3, it would have been Marry Feast, eat Uptown.
Maybe. I mean, I love Eric so much. And I do think that I've never had a bad dish at Feast.
Same, true.
Like, I just have never, anything I've tried there, I've been like, yes, this is great.
Yeah.
Every time.
His style, I feel like I've said it before, and it's just like, I wish I had more descriptors for it, but it's just like rustic and like.
It's rustic. I think it's so thoughtful, like, but it's like intentionally thoughtful, which is different than, I think some people are like, oh, I don't know, these things could go well together, or like this something inspired me. I don't know where he like pulls all his inspiration, but the flavors just always are like layered and complement each other, like at an elevated
and just
space.
balanced seasoning.
Yeah.
And like nothing overrides one part.
Right.
Yeah.
Like their biscuits and gravy, you can fight me.
But, yay! She's using that vocal.
But yeah, I mean, it is to me the best.
There's about to be a girl fight.
Yeah.
Burn it. Anyone remember that early 2000s
Yeah, of
banger?
course. Play it. Yeah. So yeah, that's rough because Eric alone, like I think he just does such a good job. And obviously I know him personally. I think he's such a down to earth person too. But I've never had a bad dish. Like I think anywhere else I've had something where I'm like, okay, that's not my favorite. That's not completely for me. But Feast I think everything I've tried, I've been like, yes,
it's been a hit.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
I would eat it again, 100%.
I love that. Yeah. I feel very similarly. Yeah.
So
let's pivot to breakfast.
okay.
We're going Runcible Spoon. We're going Village Deli. And what do you think, Bedrock or Cloverleaf? Cloverleaf.
Okay. Wow. So Village Deli and wait, what was the other one?
Runcible Spoon.
Village Deli and Runcible Spoon are both just like icons.
Of course, I know. The game is not meant to be easy.
I know it's really hard. We need to ask you your answers for these.
I'm not allowed to have opinions. No.
I think that I would marry Runcible. I just really like Runcible a lot.
I will say that I agree on that. And I love Cloverleaf and Village Deli, but Runcible to me is like my top.
Yes.
For like
just for like
breakfast.
So filling. It was definitely like Wee Willie's on the south side used to be like my spot.
Yeah.
So good.
Dude, the one at Ellettsville is still solid too.
I haven't been to that one forever, but
I love just hitting the drive-thru. They got a good breakfast burrito. And they'll whip up French toast, bro.
Okay.
Like
the French toast at the south side.
Their French toast is the closest to what I made as a kid than anywhere else.
Yeah.
At Wee Willie's.
So good. So yeah, I would have to say Runcible. I love Runcible. It's just so filling and it's just nice. And I don't eat at Village Deli a ton. I used to a lot. They have their ice machine broke and they have just regular ice now. If you know Village Deli ice, they had that crushed ice. Like no one in town had it.
Yeah.
And
now pebble ice or crushed ice?
It was like crushed.
So
it was like the C3 cocktail ice.
Okay. Yeah.
They had that though for everything. Do you remember that?
Because I'm thinking there's the pebble ice like Chick-fil-A has.
No, it was like crushed ice.
But it's like interesting. Okay.
You don't remember?
Oh, no.
When you were hungover, and listen, I don't even drink. I haven't drank in like a really long time. But when you were hungover and you had that cold, like icy water, wow, nothing compares. So yeah, I feel like maybe I have to search like water. I don't know.
Can you just type in crushed ice, Garrett?
Like I think C3 uses it for their cocktails now. They probably have like a little machine of it. Yeah. See, like that.
Yeah, that's like the pebble ice.
No, the next one over.
Oh, okay. So
yeah, like that.
Okay.
Yes.
So it is different than the pebble ice.
I like the pebble ice. I love the pebble ice.
People
but
love the pebble ice. They go crazy for it.
The crushed ice, nothing compares.
Okay. So are you saying you're taking Village Deli over Cloverleaf?
I do love the smoked sausage at Cloverleaf.
It's tough.
So good. I would probably have to kill Cloverleaf. I'm sorry. Unalive.
You're screwing up the algorithm.
Goodbye, Cloverleaf. I'm sorry. But that smoked sausage is good. I haven't had it in a really long time, honestly.
Yeah. All great options. The Bloomington Town Planner is a community calendar owned and published by local residents John and Sharon Martin. Mailed out to Bloomington homes in December of each year, it features school schedules and community events. And don't forget the coupons at the bottom of the calendar. They'll save you money and help you decide on the next restaurant or retailer to check out here in the Bloomington area. Town Planner also has an online calendar, which will be found at townplanner.com. Make sure to sign up for their weekly e-newsletter so you can stay on top of all the fun events going on around town. Italian.
Okay.
Let's go Osteria, K Bello, D'Angelo's.
Okay. I'm marrying Osteria without a doubt.
No. Yeah.
How do you say it? I say it wrong. Someone said I said it wrong. So how do you say it?
I think I say Osteria Rago. But
I think I said ragu.
I don't know.
Rago,
I don't think
okay.
I'm right though.
Okay. Well,
That's
someone
just-
said I was wrong on my video, so I was like, okay. And they told me.
Should we call Cody right now?
Right. Like, how do you say this? We suck.
Osteria Rago.
Yeah.
I literally
I think
do-
I was saying ragu, maybe. Osteria
Yeah.
ragu.
Well, that's definitely
I think
wrong.
yeah, for sure.
That's definitely wrong.
Osteria. Yeah, Osteria.
Osteria.
That's right.
Osteria.
I think we're saying
Sounds-
that part right.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
All
the
right.
rago.
Rago.
You're probably
What's the
right.
phonetics?
Yeah, you're probably right. But I'm marrying them without a doubt.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're top 3 for me. Period.
Me too, 100%.
Period. Any restaurant.
Me too.
I love them.
Osteria.
Oh!
Wow, we're so sorry. You're our favorite restaurant, but we don't know how to say your name.
Osteria. Yeah, because I've heard,
Osteria.
that's why I said I don't think I say it right, because I knew I had heard other people say it differently.
Okay.
But I've always just said Osteria Rago.
Yeah, me too. Well,
But
I've
Osteria.
obviously said both of them wrong, so.
Well, this is what you
Wow,
get when you
the
have
more
an
you know.
uncultured Indiana
The
boy.
more you know, play the thing. Do the rainbow. But yes, without a doubt, they're so good. Their pesto, I mean,
Chicken marsala, the charcuterie board.
So good. The burrata, yum. The
Actually,
bruschetta.
You know, I don't think I've been to Osteria.
Osteria.
I hate it. I'm calling it Osteria. I really don't like it. I'm calling it Osteria. As soon as that came out of my mouth, I wanted to wash it out with soap. But I don't think I've been there in months, actually, now that I think about it. And that's weird. I used to hit up them for lunch all the time. I need to.
Yeah, we should go.
The thing is, even when you eat out as much as we do, places fall through the cracks.
I know, 100%.
And you
Yes.
look back and you're like, oh shit, like I haven't been there in ages.
I hadn't eaten at Osteria in a really long time. And then my friend came in from out of town and she wanted to eat there. And I was like, oh my gosh, why haven't I been eating this? Yeah, so good.
Okay, so
yes, for sure, Mary, without a doubt.
I figured that would be the case. And then we're going to eat and unalive either K Bello or D'Angelo's.
I have to eat D'Angelo's. I know the owners. My kids go to school with their kids. And yeah, and last time I had it, it was delicious.
Yeah,
it was what it was. It's so comforting.
So they have
filling.
my favorite salad in town,
What's
which
your
I know
favorite
is hilarious
salad?
coming from me. Like,
Yeah, I know.
You even have a favorite salad? The jokes write themselves. But no, it's just their house salad, add salmon.
Okay, I'm gonna.
And
eat
it has like capers, and their house dressing is like really complements it all really,
Okay.
really well. The salmon's always perfectly done.
I'll get that for sure.
Dude, I'm telling you, it is.
So I used to get their calamari salad with a sensation dressing. It was like this creamy dressing. They took it off the menu, but that was like, I never order salads either, but I ordered that salad.
Well, whenever I want to feel healthy, I will.
Yeah.
And that's a good one where you still get a ton
I'll definitely
of
try
flavor.
that one. Yeah. Because I'm definitely eating them. And then Cabello. I haven't even eaten there since the new owners took it over.
Really? I went for the soft opening, which was kind of a miss,
Yeah.
but again, it's a soft opening.
Yeah,
so
for
I'm
sure.
not.
Yeah.
Never hold a soft opening against someone.
I agree.
That's not fair. If you do, you should never be invited to one again.
I agree.
But I went back the second time and it was really good. It was great. It was
have to
really,
go,
really
yeah.
solid. But yes, big reminder. If you go to a place the first month they open,
Yeah.
give them time.
Write about it in the Foodies group. Really go in on them.
Yeah, exactly. Like you want to burn them at the stake. You know, if if they just opened up 3 days prior and you go in and you have a bad experience, forget about the people that are employed there. Forget about all the people that have worked tireless hours to make that place into what it is. You should go post about how it's garbage and no one should ever support them. And that's just the right thing to do.
And that's why you can't do that on the Foodies group.
All right, that was fun. I like that. I should go
was
on
fun.
sarcastic rants more often. That was kind of cathartic.
We should have just made this all satirical, the whole thing.
It's not too late. We can go full satire.
the whole thing.
So anyway, I hate Taco Bell.
They're opening a Taco Bell that has like booze.
A cantina, yeah.
Yeah.
And here in town?
Yeah.
Where at?
The old Sahara Mart on the east side.
Oh, that's going to be a Taco Bell cantina. Nice.
Yes.
My buddy Nicholas Rage, shout out Ben Thomas, what up? He DJ'd the opening of the one in downtown Indy.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, and he was
so
like,
it was like a whole vibe.
Oh, yeah. They're like, it's supposed to be
You better
like
get on the
hip and
list
cool.
to DJ for the opening of this one.
Yeah, I'll tell him to put my name in.
Yeah.
Whoever booked him, be like, hey, Bloomington, tell him to send him my way.
Oh, wow, fun.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be a hoot.
It
They'll
would
be like,
be.
we'll give you a tab. I'm like, sweet, I need all tacos.
You're like, that's all
I don't
I
drink,
need.
I need all tacos.
All tacos.
Well, he said he had a crazy, like a big tab that they always allowed. And so all of his friends were just taking
That's
home
fun.
tons of tacos and just boozing and having a great time.
That's
and,
fun. So it's a full bar then.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. So there's going to be one because there's apartments now, a lot of apartments over that spot. So
The old, I forgot about that thing.
Yeah.
Place was massive. I remember when Phyllis ran the
even
wine
bigger
over
now.
there.
Yeah.
And I was like, what an undertaking.
I know.
That Sahara Mart on East 3rd.
So amazing,
The amount of wine
though.
they had in there was mind blowing.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I loved it.
Breakfast, Italian, pizza, burgers,
Ice cream.
ice cream. Oh, the other one I wanted to do was baked goods.
Okay.
So we're going to go 2 sticks. We're going to go rainbow. And we're going to go, there's a really, have you had Elm's baked goods?
No.
They do really good.
I didn't even know they had.
They have a walk-up window, like coffee shop.
Yeah, I knew
and
that.
I'll get their sorghum cookies,
Oh,
or they have
okay.
pistachio stuff sometimes too.
okay, I'll try that.
Their stuff's really good. Why? There's another really good
Let's
baker.
do crumble.
Thank you, Oh, thank you. Sorry,
Yeah.
that's who I was trying to think of. You're the best.
Crumble.
2 sticks, and rainbow.
Rainbow that's hard because
Well, they're vegan, so it is tough.
Yeah.
that is a tough fight.
but because of that oatmeal
cream
cream pie.
yeah.
I mean,
Oh, we'll throw Feastin' on the baked goods instead of Rainbow because Rainbow is fighting with one hand tied behind their back. Rainbow's delicious.
Yeah.
I love the maple bacon donuts with the toasted coconut. Do you know the family that bought it by any chance?
I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
They said they
Yeah.
don't have restaurant experience. Obviously, there's lots of controversy with that right now. So.
Yeah. Well, to me, it doesn't really seem like that much of a controversy. Like
Yeah.
the old employees posted on Reddit, said, hey, we just weren't really on board with what was happening.
Yeah.
They weren't even trying to really throw too much shade their way.
I don't think they threw
And the
that
new
much shade,
owners were
no.
just like, yeah, hey, we're shutting down. We're evaluating what it's going to take to do what we want. To me, it seems pretty cut and dry. It doesn't really, as far as Bloomington restaurants controversies go.
Yeah, true.
It felt like,
true.
okay, yeah, they left. They weren't really kind of happy with the direction.
Yeah.
They're haven't owned a restaurant before. They're getting their feet
Right.
wet.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I do love that oatmeal cream pie, but yeah, compared to baked goods as a whole, yeah. I mean, Feast, yeah, would probably take it for me again. I don't know who's baking there right now.
Yeah.
One of the Feast girls that used to bake there, and she still works there, she just opened Silly Goose Bakery. And so I've tried a couple of her cakes. Very good.
Nice. I've seen you
so
post
far,
them.
Yeah, they are really nice. I don't know what else she's going to do. I don't know if she's just going to do cakes, but yeah, Feast is always really good to me. So I'd probably have to marry them too.
Wow. Okay. And then
I would eat
crumble or 2 sticks.
Oh, crumble. Oh, shoot.
I know, dude.
I forgot
feel
about
like
crumble.
Honestly, I
Dang.
feel like this is the hardest
This
one
is- yeah.
of all the ones we've done.
And I love desserts and I loved baked goods. Like that's why I'm not like an ice cream. I'd rather have a cookie
well,
or I
I love ice cream.
Yeah.
But Lovey and I are both baked goods guys.
Yes,
like
me
through and
too.
through. Like we crave baked goods.
Yeah.
More than we crave ice cream.
Yeah. The crumble stuff is really good. Remember when we went and we had the croissants?
Yes. Oh, that was with you.
Yes,
Yeah, that's right.
Those were so good.
Those were amazing. Those croissants were phenomenal.
Yes. So, that's really tough. And I love that 2 Sticks has savory stuff. Like
yeah.
the hand pies and like the savory
frittatas
breads.
and
Like I had a potato leek bread there. That was really good.
Dude, their everything bagel scone is my favorite scone that's ever existed.
Yeah, I like that one.
It is so
Yeah,
good.
that
It has
one's
little
good.
chunks of cream cheese in it.
Yes.
Oh, which reminds me, shout out to Inkwell for their baked goods.
I know,
Because I
those
love the homemade Pop
Pop-Tarts,
Tarts.
too.
I love their
So
scones.
good.
Their scones are really good about not being too sweet. Even their
Yeah.
chocolate chip scones, they're crunchy, but they're soft and moist, but they're not overly sweet. And I feel like that's very rare. Either a
Inkwell
scone
has
is
a good cookie too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Either like a scone is too dry,
Yeah,
or
almost
it's
always,
too
yeah.
sweet, or it's not sweet enough. Inkwell just nails it to where it is like a perfect compliment, especially if you get like an iced caramel latte or something like that.
Yeah. This one's too hard, I think.
Okay, can't choose between. You know what? I don't blame you. It's tough.
Because if you really think about it, they're also special, in
They
their
all-
own
yeah, and they all have their things they
ways, and
specialize
they all have
in.
different things. Like those Pop-Tarts, like if I had to pick like one thing to eat for, like, I love those Pop-Tarts.
Right.
The brown sugar cinnamon one. I love the oatmeal cream pies from Rainbow, you know, like I love, so it's too hard.
Well, I feel like through this exercise in our new segment that we've never done before, it shows that just like the embarrassment of riches we have when it comes to choices for a city of 80,000.
We're lucky.
Yeah, we're just punching above our weight class, and that's why Sadie and I are still here in Bloomington. I don't think we would be if the food options weren't what they are, you know. So, anywhere that we haven't talked about that you want to show some love to, Sadie?
We really talked about so many, I feel.
I know. Well, it's been fun. I mean, I'm just I'm glad you came back. Things have changed so much since you were on last time. I know. Audio only. You're being a badass, just out there doing your own independent thing. And it's working for you.
Yeah, it's been really great. I'm happy I did it. It was definitely not something I ever thought I would do. So to be out there, obviously I'd love to work with restaurants more. So if you need social media, let me know. I love restaurants. They're my favorite. But yeah, it's been great. And just eating and filming myself. And people are like, you're so brave. Like, I'm like, should I stop doing this?
No, you're like, whoa, is this as bad? Like, I didn't think it was terrible? That bad. Yeah.
But no,
you're so brave.
You're so brave. Someone said that to me the other day. I was like, oh.
Like, what a backhanded compliment.
But most people are like, I really like it. It's fun. So I don't know. I don't think there's any... I'm sure there's something.
I know. As soon as we stop, you'll think of them. It happens.
Oh my gosh, I should have
time.
mentioned them.
Well, it's been fun. I could sit here and have fat kid talk all day long.
All day.
Yeah. But it's, you're great. You're killing it. Thanks for the Foodies group. It's done a lot to help local businesses. As much as people might not appreciate or understand some of the rules to the group, I think one thing that you can't doubt or try to discredit is the amount of help that the Foodies group has done for local restaurants.
100%.
When you rolled out the bingo, that was huge. That was such a great idea that then Sammy with Lenny's, they kind of did again, which is great.
Yeah.
And it just helps so many people. So thanks for everything you've done for the community. Thanks for filming yourself eating, and thanks for being a friend, Sadie.
Yeah.
Cheers to our foodie queen.
Oh, should we cheers for real?
Yeah.
It's water.
What another great episode. Thanks so much for tuning in. Also, thanks to our Season 6 presenting sponsor, Visit Bloomington. Check them out at visitbloomington.com. We'll see you soon. In the meantime, keep those hands dry. This episode of the No Dishes podcast was recorded, edited, and produced by Garrett Portinga of Green Hat Media in beautiful downtown Bloomington, Indiana.
No dishes.
No Dishes Media.
No Dishes Media.